Hey, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Big L. Just a couple of minutes late. Sorry about that. Um, so how y'all doing? It's Monday. It's another. Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's another dead week on the off season. Raider Nation. It's Raider Reaction. It goes to the post. Um, Sorry about the delay. But your boy Big L. I'm here. I'm doing what I need to do. Holding it down for the cap. Hey, Yat Neil, what's going on? Hot Neil. Here, doing what it do, getting it in. Lines, what's happening? Glad y'all tuning in. You know, we in our summer break series, if you will. Things are going good, man. How you healing, you Hot Neil? We getting it in. We trying to have a little bit of something going on during this break. Getting ready to go into this season all in, full tilt. So, how y'all doing? I mean, it's been a pretty slow week. Your boy Steve Juice, he's out recruiting. I hear he's in talks with Jawalrus Gristle. Hey Terry, what's going on? Um, he's in talks with Jawalrus Gristle. Todd Marijuanovich, he's in talks with him, trying to get his spirit to come to exercise and come be a part of the show. Hey JD, what's going on? George, what's happening, man? You know, there's plenty of people. He's trying to pre-book the Ghost of Johnny Manziel to come on and make a couple of because KD, what's happening? Kevin Davis, he's trying to I mean, he's already we're deep behind the enemy lines supposedly, but really we're on the lines that are next to waste, wash out, burn out. I mean, when have you ever heard the NFL do a preemptive strike on a loser? Um, I know it goes to the post and it's Raider news, but really, when have the last time we've had an offseason where the Raiders, when there's been trouble brewing in the league, and the Raiders are the team that hasn't been getting in trouble? I mean, Jameis? Let's just talk a minute. Y'all know we in Florida, right? Y'all know we in the Buccaneers' backyard. Just so y'all know. Oh, sorry about that, Sean. I got to change my grip on the situation. Is that better, y'all? What's going on? What's on, Jer? Mr. Aguirre, how y'all doing? Okay, is it sound better? Y'all just give me a thumbs up real quick. But anyway, when's the last time, like I said, when's the last time all this shit's been going on and it was the Raiders that were quiet and everybody else is getting in trouble? What's good, O'Kill? So basically, the league done told Jameis, if we hear your name, if your name comes across the ticker one more time, you done. So, once again, I'm tired of hearing about him. I mean, we live here in Florida. Just real talk. So, we have a problem. I mean, of all things that we have to listen to, we have to listen to talk about the Dolphins, Tampa, the Jaguars, the Falcons, the Crimson Tide. Oh, and Florida State, and the U. But being in Tampa, we get to hear about Central Florida and South Florida. So as a Raider fan, we basically are getting punished all off season. Nah, JD, he ain't gonna end up in the CFL. Ain't nobody gonna want that. I mean, with our laws he's not gonna be able to cross the border. If he's down here, look, we are way. If he ain't scared to take pussy in the United States, He gonna go to Canada and just start choking people and taking them. Hot Neil, you get 5 minutes in timeout just for mentioning the Miami Mullets. Just for mentioning the Mullets. I mean, you get 5 minutes in timeout. But real talk, um, on Raider football, real quick. Well, that's true. We do not have to listen about the brokebacks. There's no brokeback talk here in Florida unless they're talking about Michael Irvin. Let's see, I can always listen to Michael Irvin talk all day because, you know. Oh, have y'all ever seen the handle on this? Yeah. Oh, Tommy, so you catch hell. You get Redskin and Baltimore Raven. I'm sorry, dude. I'm real sorry. Yeah, but you do get a Florida flavor. See, it's 6 degrees of separation. You probably get to listen to a bunch of Ray Lewis's bullshit on a regular basis. So, back to the Raider Nation real quick, okay? We still get the obligatory every 2 day Khalil Mack isn't signed yet. Yeah, we already know Khalil's not signed, and we're still waiting on him. But we all know he's going to get signed, so nobody needs to stress or worry about that. Khalil's going to get signed. Khalil's going to be all right. The Raiders report to training camp on the 30th. That's when the opening of camp is. So that's why we're hitting the ground running on the 30th. Everybody's going to be back in their regular time slots. You know, I'm holding it down for the commish right now while he's recharging. And you know me, my recharge switch is right in here. You know, they're doing their profiles now of all the players and the potential players. They had the rookies' families in to do their little interviews. So, you know, they're doing like public interest stuff with the Raiders right now. But, you know, the other thing that's going to happen is Khalil's going to come, Aaron Donald's going to report. And the real thing is, we don't want Khalil to hit free agency. And he's going to get his money. He's going to come in. I think he's resting because he knows he's going to, this season's going, our defense he is the cornerstone of our defense, and he knows that. And he knows that there's going to be a major push this year with the improvement of our team, our defense specifically, and a key to our secondary improving is going to be the pressure that gets put on the passer. And regardless of what anybody else does on the other side or up the middle or blitz schemes, new schemes, the one solid that has been on our defense since he was drafted was him. So he needs to be ready, juiced up, and geared up. His tanks need to be full. And I think that really, had he been signed, there would have been an excuse to hold him out of all the OTAs until camp started. And then when camp starts, there's going to be some miraculous reasoning for why he is going to be, you know, held out of stuff or doing walkthroughs while everybody else is making contact. So, you know, don't worry. Because even when he comes back, he's going to be moving slow. Even though he's going to be ready to knock heads, he's not going to knock heads till it's time to knock heads. He's going to get his pads on. He's going to hit. And he's going to hit in full speed drills, but they are not going to risk him getting taken out until he has to play, which will be in the preseason games. All those inter squad scrimmages, he may get a chance to go and handle one or two of them, but we already know who's going to be on the team. You know, he's not going to be out there for no scrub trying to prove themselves and end up getting killed. Lines, I don't know. I don't know if that's even going to materialize or happen at this point, because to be honest with you, we have enough camp bodies, and yeah, it would be great to go into camp with every position settled and locked in. But, you know, the chances of that happening are the same chances of the entire Patriots organization admitting that they cheated. So, you know, snowball chance in hell. Um, but when we will probably round out our receiving core, when we will probably completely round out our nickel and dime packages as far as the DBs and the safeties and everybody else goes, more than likely, it's not going to be when we go into camp. It's going to be when we break camp. After those week 3 and week 4 preseason cuts, when the very best players are let go, that's when that's going to happen. We may end up picking up somebody for a cut rate to fill out the back end, because we're going to know who we got. We're already going to know who we have and who we need. And Dan, I completely agree with you. With the young linemen, they're going to be in for an awakening. But see, this is the other thing, though. What if? And I mean, we're always surprised by something. What if he holds his own against a Mac? What if the best thing that could possibly happen, the best thing actually for us as Raider fans that could happen, is if Colton Miller holds his own against Khalil? Because then you know you have Penn's replacement. Then you know that these kids are eager to learn, will learn, and we have a building block for the future. Hey, Jukebox, what's going on? We will have everything, the foundation to continue our dominance at the offensive line position. Because after all, you can have the best receivers in the world. You can have the best quarterback in the world. You can have the best running backs. But if you don't have a wall in front of them, none of it is going to matter. That's just the bottom line. None of it's going to matter if you don't have a line in front of them. And right now we have Hudson. We have Osamile. You know, we have Penn. And if Penn's recovered, he's one of the top 5, top 10 tackles in the game. And that's the thing. They're going to learn a lot going against our front 7, at least the defensive ends and the linebackers. Once they get going up to speed, it's going to be key for the young offensive linemen to face these outstanding defensive ends, especially the tackles. These outstanding defensive ends and edge rushers at linebacker, to get used to and get accommodated to the speed of a Khalil Mack, of a Bruce Irvin, you know, of a Derek Johnson. What's going on, Popeye? Because they're not going to face that quality every week, week in and week out during the season. So here in camp, the best thing that can happen for them is to get their butts kicked and learn and get to the point where they're at least competent. They don't have to be the best, but if they're competent against Mac, Irvin, you know, Derek Johnson, and throw in a couple of other ones, Mo Hurst, if Mo Hurst can at least work Hudson, if Mo Hurst can at least work Osamile, and make them to the point where when they come off the field, they've worked up a sweat, we're going to be all right. Because the reality of it is none of our rookies on the O-line or the D-line, week in and week out, none of them are going to face the quality that they see in practice every day. Now, the key, the real key, is going to be figuring out that defensive secondary. And them getting the schemes down and learning and just prayerfully, our coaches, hey Mandy, our coaches do their due diligence and figure out who's going to be where, who's going to do what, and that we have, hey Miss Leslie, how you doing? And see, also lines, I think that Bruce is going to be the spot rusher, in and out, you know, stand him up and only bring him off the edge on serious passing downs. He's not going to be your every down defensive end. because he does have coverage skills. So, he'll be up and down. Primarily, I think our scheme is going to be like a hybrid type of defense where it can be 4-3-3-4. It's just going to depend if Irvin's up or down. And that's where the defensive ends, because what you also have to remember is Arden Key is going to be out there. Arden Key is another one of those Mac Irvin types where he's listed as a defensive end, but he's a linebacker. So there's going to be a rotation. There can be a 3 or 4 man rotation at defensive end on both sides. And when you have Melvin right now, basically the one proven DB we have at corner is Melvin. We're hoping that everybody else falls into place. If one of the other two fall into place, we're going to be okay downs first and second down in the secondary. Our key is going to be stopping people when we need to stop them in the passing game. Because the thing is, we generate the pass rush we think we're going to do. If the front seven does what they should do, if the front seven does what we think we can do, we're going to be all right. Because they're not going to have to cover for 2 or 3 hours. They're going to have to cover for 2, maybe 3 seconds. Because hopefully that's all the quarterback has before he has to throw the ball. Because otherwise, we could be looking at a very, very, very long season if something happens and we don't get to pass rush. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. And see, yeah, Arden Key needs more weight. He's a rookie. Bruce Irvin. But the combination of the two of them, that could be hell on wheels coming off that right side of the D line. We have enough bodies, and if Mo Hurst is what Mo Hurst is supposed to be, if Mo Hurst is even remotely what we know he can be, it's going to be hell trying to run through the middle of the line. So, and we already know, Leslie, Amari can catch. I think that it was a perfect storm of bullshit last year, which is why he had trouble. But, all of that will be taken care of. I think a lot of it's going to be taken care of. So I don't think there's a lot that we need to worry about as far as we just need to make sure that we get enough reps so everybody learns their role, everybody learns their position. Because if we hit the ground running, then we can focus on other bullshit. Like hurting the proper players that we need to hurt. Marquette King. I can't even begin to let y'all know how much I'm looking forward to this season. Be it broadcasting, be it watching, we're going to have a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a lot of fun as fans. We took a lot of shit from a lot of people last year, especially that last quarter of the season. But this is going to be fun. Yeah, because body slams, left crosses, punches in the nuts, whatever. I'm like, old school WWE, bottles in the neck, all that shit, slapping them and then punching them. Like Doug Christie's wife going in the tunnel and fighting with no gloves. Just ignorant shit. That's what I'm talking about. Just getting back to Raider football. People scared to score touchdowns. Let somebody jump in the black hole and just disappear and just throw out his cleats and his helmet, and then they have to call the police to come in there and get somebody. That kind of shit. Because I'm like, nah. If this is the last year they're going to be in Oakland, let them know what they getting when they come. Yeah, let them know. Go out with a bang. Break some shit. Preferably somebody's neck. Go out like Tatum went out. Which was still a legal hit. People always write it was legal. Daryl Stingley put his head down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The WWF. I'm not talking WWE. No, that's kind of gentler. I'm talking WWF, where they was really breaking their jaws, I'm talking American Dream, Dusty Rhodes wrestling. White man with a jerry curl and bags under his eyes because he was out drinking all night. That kind. You know what, Popeye? That's what you get for listening to a Pats fan. Because at 4'12", he was describing his mail order wife. Yeah, he ordered her from Timbuk 3 because he couldn't afford Timbuk 2. So, motherfucking mother keeping. And yeah, the camera's moving around because, I don't have all the fancy studios. See, you see my little flag and everything. You see my doorknob, but you know what? Guess how many fucks I give? Because the one thing I still have is I got better drink. Oh, yeah. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, you're damn right. Or let's see. Okay, Miss Leslie, it's back. I know what I did. Now I know what happens when the sound goes out. So let's see. Yes, you're gonna see me Wednesday. I see what you're doing, J Chuck, with your tacos. Those are meat curtains with a tamale in the middle. You're not funny. Um, let's see. Um, do you guys want to hear another fireside chat with Uncle L? Okay, can you hear it now? Mandy, can you hear? Bob, I can fit all the equipment on the bus. But the question is, can she fit all the equipment? um, so, oh, and somebody mentioned the Lakers. Yeah. See, hopefully the Lakers aren't finished wheeling and dealing. Hopefully they get Luzo Ballsack and his daddy and the rest of that circus and ship his ass. I don't know. The Raptors. Not because the Raptors are good. Send him to New Jersey, where they sent the video bomber that ratted out what's his name, Nick Young. I'm not calling no grown ass man swaggy nothing. But anyway, yeah, they need to do that. We've already kind of talked about Jameis Cosby. But see, Jameis don't make Bill Cosby's money, so they're not waiting 30 years to turn on his ass. Um, let's see. We talked about Khalil. And then, everybody's talking about, the Raiders off season. And yes, that is the dumbest nickname ever. Um, you know what, Popeye? No. Don't hate the Lakers. You know. And people are like, oh, now you're going to have all these bandwagon fans. Look, those are LeBron fans. I'm going to talk shit about him whether he's with the Lakers or not. I'm a Laker fan. That's just what it is. You know. Now, I don't care who breaks their ankles jumping on and off the bandwagon. I'm a squad man. That's another thing. Okay. Now, see, our man Kamish, Mr. Raider Reaction, he has a nightly what the fuck. And y'all know, I could do a whole show of what the fucks. Because I think like that, It's like, for instance, a massive what the fuck. Why are people mad? You Raider fans, but you butthurt that the city of Oakland didn't give them a stadium, so they found a deal? So they just supposed to lose money because of the name in front of the team? No. This this right here, this represents a team. I know that's backwards to most of y'all. That represents a team. I'm following the team. If I wanted to follow Oakland, I would have moved there. I'm from LA, and I hated when they moved to Los Angeles. Why? I gave them a year in LA before I hated them, because then they started showing up in movies and on Soldier of Fortune magazine and all this other fake ass bullshit. I love Howie Long, but you know what? He was the most punk bitch action hero in the history of movies. I couldn't believe Howie was a badass. You put a football helmet on him, and I knew he was. Raiders ain't meant for Hollywood. Raiders are meant to beat the shit out of you on a football field. Fuck you up like you ate daddy's big piece of chicken. Not have love scenes in the middle of a movie. Oh, oh, darling. No. Uh-uh. Leave that to the Lambs and the 40 Whiners. You know, that's just my thing right there. Just bottom line. And you know what? Leslie, you lived in Compton. See, that's why I love you. You live in Compton too? And you know where El Segundo is? See, and you watch Sanford and Son, so you know where Sanford and Son. I know where the house is. Do you know that the truck actually is in a museum in Vegas, because that's where Red Fox lived? No, no, Bosworthless, because that was part of his name. But you know what? He was also the most OG businessman, though, because when those shirts that said "Shut Bozo Up," where it was BOZ/O, his marketing firm made those shirts, and dude made a cool $500,000 off the Pack Mule fans the first time he went there. So them dumbasses made the man rich. Oh, Leslie, you hurting my heart. You making me think of home. Yes, and I left my wallet in. No, I've never left my wallet in El Segundo, because I knew it wasn't gonna come back. You know, you leave your wallet in El Segundo, you may as well just go to the DMV and get a new ID. But then again, I mean, once Leslie left El Segundo, there wasn't no reason to go back. Yes, I love my South Central. I love my neighborhood. Hey, I grew up in South. I grew up in West LA, which is anybody from LA knows that they consider all of that South Central. Basically, if you grew up in the hood, it was the hood. You know, we rolled 3 million strong in our neighborhood, which is bigger than most countries. Yes, Meat Productions. Yes, that's what they call me. Um, but anyway, um, you know, everybody tries to downplay our off season, that Jordy Nelson was a bad sign. They're surprised about Mo Hurst. They question our draft. Gruden's overrated. Do I need to do it again, y'all? Can you see it? Do I need to get more light on it? Here. There we go. And you, settle down. The bottom line is this here. Nobody wants to give us credit. As we all know, we are the most loved and most hated team in American sports. Damn the NFL. If they're not us, they want to be us. For some strange reason, Popeye, I think you may have beaten ass and got your ass beat in a lot of places. So you getting your ass beat up on Figueroa is not a surprise. The fact that you lived through the beatdown lets me know you weren't far enough south on Figueroa. Because if you were, you would ended up over there in South LA. Well, not just South Central LA. You'd have been over there with the Vatos, and then you would have had some issues. Because, see, they could have partied you out and took you down to Tijuana. Yeah. But, you know, my brother, well, I ended up finishing high school in Texas, which was punishment for, again, my mom, she used to say, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm like, yeah, you do. You chose my daddy. But, it just was a crazy thing, crazy life. But we moved to Texas. So I missed the riots too. My brother was back there, so he got to come up because he worked at the port of LA. And so when everything jumped off, he just kind of came up on a whole lot of stuff. But see, that's another story time with Uncle L kind of thing. But see, I don't have a fire. But y'all didn't give me nothing to talk about. As far as, hey, TG Boxing, South Central, what's up? Yes, Chris Lentz to Shaw. Cruising down, yeah. Do they still cruise down Shaw? I should ask my cousin because she's back there. Hey, what's going on, Herman? But yeah, my family's still down. They rep hard, but okay, yeah, but you know, I mean, even though your friend was Puerto Rican, Popeye, Puerto Ricans don't carry much weight in the hood. Not in LA. They go because see, he must have been acting like he was Mexican because nah, no. You call a Mexican a Puerto Rican, that's like calling a Hawaiian a white dude. Hey, Robin Marie, how you doing? Welcome from Arizona. So I guess you get punished with a bunch of Cardinal talk. Well, that's better than getting what y'all used to get, which was a bunch of talk about the Sparklers, also known as the former San Diego Chargers. Let me see. I'm still trying to think about. Oh, well, there's the other news too that Cam Chancellor's retiring because of his neck. That's kind of messed up because dude had a nice little run. He's not gonna make it to the Hall of Fame, you know, because you got to be durable. Erman, where were you raised in Texas? Because see, I ended up in Austin, man. That was like, now Austin's cool. When I was there, the best thing about Austin was this blues club called the Steamboat. Oh yeah, always repping for SoCal. Hey, you know what else is funny? Here's a little fireside situation. There, let me get y'all close to me. For some reason, people get upset when Raider fans say we run California. We're going to run California till they quit playing football. Cali's been LA's, I mean, Cali has been the Raiders' thing since 1960. And it's gonna be. We could be the Las Vegas Raiders. Fuck, we could be the Berlin Raiders. And we're still gonna have home games in California. Get over that shit. If you don't like the Raiders, that's your fucking problem. You feel me? And then wait. Oh, Brownsville. Okay, yeah. But Corpus isn't bad. Brownsville? Corpus, not bad. I've been to Brownsville. Isn't Brownsville where Brownsville's where the barbecue chair is. Where they fry motherfuckers. I think. Isn't that right? Yeah, but see, back then, when I lived in Texas, Stone Cold Steve Austin was Stunning Steve Austin of the Natural Blondes or some shit. So yeah, he still had hair when I lived in Texas. So yeah, he was far from being who he became. And the Undertaker was still Mean Mark, the slack jaw, bucktooth dude. They were all still in WCW. Something else. Another what the fuck. This World Cup thing. I understand it's the world's game. You know, they call it football over there across the water, and we call it soccer. But one thing they do wherever you see a soccer game bust out. And I made this statement, and I stick by this statement. I ain't seen more little bitty ass European men rolling around acting like they stepped on a fucking mortar round and got exploded into the air since I watched Saving Private Ryan, Hamburger Hill, whatever war movie from the, whatever war movie you want to put in there, insert. I mean, there's better acting in porn than watching all these little motherfuckers rolling around like somebody shot their ass. Or, at very least, Nancy Kerrigan acted better when Tanya Harding's husband clubbed their fucking ass with a stick. And like, okay, who's the greatest soccer player in the world going right now? Ronald or Messi with an I. I mean, he gets credit because he spells his last name with an I. But Ronald, I was watching Ronald. I think Ronald is like Portuguese or whatever. But, come on. Ronald was rolling around on the ground by himself like he had his dick slammed in a fucking meat grinder. And the sad part about it was the dude bumped him on the shoulder and he grabbed the back of his knee like he blew his ACL out. Like somebody just hit him in the leg with a hammer. I don't know. Okay, Ronaldo. I don't use accent marks unless you American. That sounded really Trumpian, didn't it? I mean, but really, I mean, even if you watch the MLS, they do the same thing. You touch somebody on the shoulder and they act like somebody hit them in the calf with an axe. Like the whole bottom of their leg fell off. It's like they run up and they jump in the air and then all of a sudden it's like they got hit in the ass with a tranquilizer and the whole bottom half of their body just quits moving. What the fuck, soccer? Is it a man sport or is it stuntman practice? Because I also seen a couple of their asses like knock each other out, fake diving and slamming each other in the head, and I was laughing my ass off. That's kind of like watching figure skating to see who falls down. Guilty. I don't know about cricket. Cricket's a hard hustle because it's like they playing like murder ball, but it's like croquet. Have you ever been hit with a croquet ball? Could you imagine playing baseball with a croquet ball and getting hit with it? That's what cricket looks like to me. Hey Lance, you couldn't. I mean, the dude pitching in cricket, that's a bad man. Cause you hit me with that ball, we fighting. I'm picking up that paddle and coming at you. Yeah, exactly, J Chuck. It's July because you got a big brother that weighs about 4 spins talking about a game that the tallest dude in soccer is what, 3'7", weighs 23 pounds or 2 stones or whatever the hell they weigh over there. Yeah, running around like a jackrabbit on crack. And yeah, you know I'm jonesing for football, but that's the other thing. I was watching Canadian football this week. Come on, y'all. Canadian football? And that's another thing. For y'all to think Johnny Football is ever gonna play in the NFL again, he can't beat out Jeremiah Masoli. He's sitting on the bench behind Jeremiah Masoli. But that's until he learns the Canadian League. The Canadian League is basically front yard football. Run till you see somebody open. And every once in a while, I think the all-time season leading rusher in Canadian football history has 50 yards in a season? Have I ever thrown up Oh, no. Popeye. Damn, throwing up a croquet ball. Dude, have you ever played chicken with a lawn dart? Where you throw it up and then you wait and the last one to come out of the circle is the loser? But now, I don't know about throwing up a croquet ball because, see, me personally, Popeye, I've never had balls in my mouth. So, I mean, you got anything you want to tell us while you creeping out of your closet there, Playboy? Oh, rugby's no joke. I've seen people get their souls knocked out of them playing rugby. I mean, there was one just the other day. Dude got hit so hard, I seen his soul come out of his body with a harp, just ascending to heaven. And he just laid on the field. He got hit so hard, the announcers got quiet for 3 seconds. That's how hard he got hit. Thank you, Lance. You know, when you get hit so hard, you hear he got hit so hard, I heard the announcer's tongue click. And see, we used to have that in football before the pussification of American males took place. Oh, they can't hit. Oh, quarterbacks. Oh, their knees. Aren't they football players? Okay, we're venturing into another what the fuck. I'm sensing it right now. See, I'm not psychic, but my ass is itching, which means something's bothering me. When did it become not okay to hit? Concussions? I'm pretty positive when I started playing football when I was contact football. I was maybe 8, 9. No, I had a single mom. My mama didn't let me start playing football till I was about 11. But we knew that we were hitting, and all our parents knew we were hitting. So there was no big surprise that you could get headaches and you could do all that stuff. So all this, I had no idea that this could cause permanent damage. I've heard and seen more bullshit at a stockyard. And for those of you guys that don't know what a stockyard is pretty much where bulls go to get turned into steak and hamburger and shit like that. You assume the risk when you start playing football. And the thing is, okay, you're having the government come in and want to talk shit. 98% of these motherfuckers ain't never seen action in their life. So how they gonna tell you what to do when they ain't never done it? That's like going and, well, damn that. That's like one of them coming and getting me and saying, here, why don't you be the president? That sounds cool. I'd think about it. I might even take the job. Y'all think Donnie Baby's fucking stuff up? Shit. Give me about a week. I'll have every single one of y'all out there sitting on top of a roof waiting on my ass to go take a piss and walk by a window. I would fuck this motherfucker up. I don't know how to handle that kind of money. I promise you, if I was president, there'd be a Popeyes on the North Lawn. The Raiders would get relocated in 15 minutes and they'd be the DC Raiders. The Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Pack Mules will become one team and they would be restricted to one home game and their home stadium would be in Siberia. Yeah, there'd just be all kinds of ridiculous shit happening. Okay, that's my political point. So, I mean, y'all can give me a what the fuck for even going there. And I feel like I've done something right because I got Miss Leslie to even emulate the word fuck. Let's see. Palm Harbor, we might be able to work that out. Hey, George, you need to get up here and, well, because you know now, for those of you that don't know, if you're in the Florida area, if you're in the Central Florida area, if you're not in the Central Florida area, and you just want to come to a really cool location and watch Raider football this coming season, we here at the Orlando Raider Nation, we're going to have one hell of a Al Davis birthday party. Some of y'all call it the 4th of July, but if you're Native American, ain't no independence. So let's just call it Al Davis's birthday. But for the 4th of July, we're going to have a party over at our president's house, Alan Sinsman. If you want to find out where that party is going to be and you're in the area, you are invited. Hit up the Raider Reaction page or go to the Orlando Raider Nation page and all the information is there. And if you would like the information, hit us up on the Raider Reaction feed and we'll be more than happy to give you the information. However, though, during the season, we will be watching our viewing parties will be at the Tin Roof. It is smack dab in the middle of International Drive. I drive in Orlando. And if you're not familiar with the area, it is right around the corner, basically, from what's called the Orlando Eye, which is America's version of the London Eye. 1, 2, it's about 10 minutes away from Universal. But the coolest thing about it is we have our own section of the place. They give us run of the TVs in the bar. Well, it's not really a bar. It's more like a club. Right, JD? And the thing is when it ends, it's a live music venue. So the party don't stop. It never does. And we have specials and discounts. So we have our own section. We have our own area. It's like a third of the spot. All the TVs in there are ours. we basically shut the place down for Raider football. Go check out the Tin Roof Orlando to see what's going on, and come out and check us out, because trust me, go to our archive on the Raider Reaction page and look up the Cinco de Raider celebration. That's how we do it. We do it, and we don't have to do nothing, because we're Raiders. One thing we do know how to do is have fun. And if you don't like having fun, motherfuck you, mother keep you. You got raised wrong. Yes, of course you can come in, Lance. As a matter of fact, if you never talk bad about anybody, you could probably provide the balance for the rest of us that do. You're always welcome. The only thing we require you to do is, all you got to do is be a Raider fan. Everybody's welcome. Mandy, you just need to get down here. Popeye, you do too. We need to have a staff meeting. But anyway, y'all, it's about 11 o'clock. Miss Leslie, you're also invited too. All of y'all are invited. I think we should just have a Raider Reaction rendezvous. That's what we need to call it. Everybody get together. And then, Ariel can host one at his new restaurant. Hey, if you guys are in the Vegas area, it's called Pamplona. Y'all go out there and check our man Ariel out. He's trying to get back on to give us updates about the building site. He's just super busy. But it's about my time. I got to go. Y'all be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 10. Captain Jack's going to be here. He may have the call-ins. We got the glitches figured out. I hope you guys heard his interview with Henry Lawrence last night. That was incredible. We love y'all. Again, we have about 4 weeks until it goes live, unplugged and crazy. I love the idea of Vegas for the simple fact that if it's not Oakland, what other city on this planet typifies what it means to be a Raider? A city that was created by outlaws, that was developed by criminals, that has the, by any means necessary, we gonna do this shit. That's Vegas. Vegas is a Raider. Because against everything else, they became the most loved city on the planet. Because it's the adult playground, just like the black hole. And I'm not talking about Negro porn. I'm talking about going to a city and having fun. See, no matter what, I look at Las Vegas kind of like Japan and Godzilla. Because remember when you were kids? Well, at least when I was a kid. Fireside chat real quick before I go. When I was a kid, I would watch monster movies. And there was one thing that always freaked me out. I was always confused every week. And I asked my mom one day, one of the reasons why she knew I was crazy. I said, Mommy, how is it that every week Godzilla tears Tokyo down, and then next week it's back again? I never understood that until I got older and realized, oh, this shit ain't real. Well, see, Vegas is real. And no matter what we do to tear that bitch down, it's gonna be there the next week. That's why I'm glad Vegas is our home. Raider Nations, bitch. That's where we reside. Las Vegas was built for the Raiders, and now the Raiders are ready to come take over. So, with that being said, peace, love, Raider Nation.